Shout out to Revelations Productions, my manager, Mike Gary, aka Rev, aka Old Head the MC. He wears many, many hats. Wow. Team Gary. So Team Gary. Hashtag. Okay. Don't sleep though. So actually it's Old Head the MC. I always mess his name up. But anyway, yeah, so we hosted an indie jam because his whole thing is, one thing I will say about the music scene in Baltimore, like we do, if we know each other individually, we will kind of give support, but as a whole, Baltimore doesn't celebrate Baltimore. They'll come up and say, oh, I got mine, they got theirs to get. Exactly. And we're trying to like close that gap and have different types of shows so different artists from Baltimore can kind of come together. And there's so much talent in Baltimore.
Yes, yes, and I preach about it every Sunday on the show. Yeah. About Baltimore supporting Baltimore.
Exactly.
And you said it, I got mine, you got to get yours. Right. And it's sad, it's really sad. So I have a quote that I started and I use it frequently: support and encourage. Support the talent, but yet encourage the talent, you know, to do better. So yeah, you hit it right on the nose. And JOLI, you remind me of Billie Holiday when you sing.
Oh my!
I don't know if you ever gotten that compliment, but you remind me of Billie Holiday by the way you sing. Describe your singing style.
Wow. First, that is a big compliment. I've heard that before. I heard with the Twisted Jill Scott, even Selena Johnson.
Yeah.
So I guess my style is just it's kind of smooth, laid back. What I do notice is like on my CD, it's like I'm a lot more mellow. But when I'm live, when I had that energy of a live band, I'm like, it's crazy. It's hard. Wow, I guess just me.
Okay.
But I people do hear my influences in my music.
Okay. And we have two cuts.
Yes.
One from your latest album?
Well, one is from the album that I'm working on right now. And the other one is from the album Portrait, which is out.
Cop that album.
Cop that. Portrait.
Cop that album. Where can people get it?
You can actually get it on cdbaby.com. I have a Facebook page as well. So, and that tells people like all the stuff. It's also available on iTunes. Just type in Portrait and JOLI, which is JOLI. A lot of people want to put extra letters on it. It's JOLI. And so you can get it from there as well.
Okay. CD Baby and
iTunes.
But also it's on Reverb Nation.
It is. Oh my goodness, how did I forget? So it's ReverbNation.com.
I've been doing research.
ReverbNation.com/JOLI Sings.
And there's a fader. I'm trying to remember. It's called. Oh my God. Is it Bus Stop?
Bus Stop. Is it the acoustic one? Just me and the guitar?
I think. Yeah. With the its background, like traffic background in the back.
Yes, Bus Stop.
Love it. That's one, and there's another one that I can't think of right now, but I love Bus Stop.
Oh, thank you.
Because your music reminds me of going into a cafe, and it's playing all the way through in the cafe, or on the elevator. That's shots fired. That's his phone. I'm sorry.
I was like, that's not my music. Never that. Just so y'all know. I'll be like, oh, that's JOLI. Hey, no, that's not me. Not at all. Live.
Sorry about that.
Live productions.
Yes.
That's how it is.
Yeah, it reminds me so much of the cafe experience. I don't know if you've ever been to TiVo.
TiVo. I haven't been in a while.
Gotta go.
I have.
Gotta go. I don't know exactly where it is, location.
I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
reminds me, I used to go to Peace and a Cup of Joe for my open mics.
Okay.
And the name of the place that I frequent a lot and perform at is called Bus Boys and Poets in D.C. D.C., Hyattsville, and Virginia, actually. Okay. Yes.
Okay. When you get an opportunity, go to T-Mobile.
Okay.
If you go, if you're performing or just going in, you gotta go. I love the atmosphere there.
It's very Asian, Japanese inspired. It's so peace when you walk in there. I really like that.
I'm not a big, I mean, I'll drink tea when I'm sick, but I'm sorry. I don't drink tea just to, drink tea.
I'm such a hippie. Like, I do the whole meditation. Oh, sip some tea and burn some incense. That's me. And I love coffee too.
I'm not there.
I don't have if I don't have at least one cup of coffee, I'm not right.
Okay. I'm not right.
Coffee.
Okay. Give the listeners your routine when you're preparing a song. What type of process do you go through when you're writing?
Oh, okay. When I'm writing, a lot of times what will happen is that Mike and I will go to the studio. Well, I'll go to his studio, which is his. And, he'll produce some tracks or he'll play some. A lot of the times they've already been prepared. And he either has my voice in mind or something that reminds him of me or however that may go. Okay. And then we'll kind of brainstorm. My first album, which is Portrait, I actually didn't do a lot of writing for that. I co-wrote a lot of stuff with wonderful local artists like Demi LaShawn. I recorded with him. I worked with him on my writing skills. Mike Gary wrote a lot of it. Initially, I discovered him on Craigslist. Yeah. He was doing a project. Portrait is about relationships. Like the first part of the relationship, everything is new and butterfly-like, all the way, in the middle, all the way to the end, we're done. Okay. It's this whole thing. So there's something in it for everybody. Okay. So it was a project. So most of the stuff was already written, and I came in and added a little. Demi came in and added some stuff. Darren Smith. He's also another dynamic writer and a singer. He came in and did some things. So with me, I had the track has to be there. Some kind of music has to be there. Okay. And I'll listen to it and work with it from there. For a long time, I was like the female Nate Dogg, just hooks. I'm your hook queen. That's the first thing I come up with.
She said the female.
Hey. Rest in peace. Yes. No, but really, I was I'll find a hook for you in a minute. Okay. And then I had to build around that, and that's still kind of my writing style now. This second album, Mike was okay, you're gonna do a lot more writing. So
now, this particular album was, of course, this was your first album.
Portrait, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
I kind of understand. It was okay, let me introduce you to the writing style.
Exactly.
And then he's telling you, okay, you're going to do the writing now. Yes. It's kind of like breaking you in.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Nervous, but yeah.
So, tell me a little bit about that first album. Were you comfortable about not writing or co-writing?
I was actually more comfortable. It was a lot of the subject matter that he talks about. I've been through a lot of it, and it's I'm very funny about what I sing about. Okay. I don't pass judgment on anyone, but you're not gonna see me singing about how much money my man makes and I want to sponsor. You're not gonna see me singing about some twerking. There's just certain things that don't. If it doesn't align with my energy and my spirit, I can't do it. Okay. And I've done a lot of collaborations with rappers. I'm going to the studio tomorrow. Big ups Tay Theory, big ups YG, love them both. But I let them know ahead of time, look, if this isn't aligned with my spirit, I'm not knocking you, but I can't do it. And I have a family, I have my family, and I have my friends, and I have the creator to answer.
And it's your image.
Right.
Also.
Right.
I understand.
There's so much of that. And I'm not trying to be everybody's role model or anything like that. I mess up just like everyone else, but I do want young, like it or not, our young children are looking at us. Yes. Especially our children of color, they're looking at us.
Yes.
I want to make sure that I set higher standard, it's a better example of how you can conduct yourself as a lady. You don't have to be this way if it's not aligned with who you are.
You don't have to twerk.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to. No, you don't have to twerk.
It's just
you don't
have to twerk, baby.
No.
You ain't got to do that, baby.
You don't have to sing about twerking. So I agree. Just like with this radio show, you know, the concept, even in preparing it, what you going to talk about? I will not, and I will say this in the camera, I will not talk about celebrities, or I will not talk about celebrity news, gossip. I mean, yes, the sex sells, celebrity and all of that sells, yes, but I can't do it because I want to be different from other talk shows. I want to be different from other radio talk shows, that is. So with that being said, that's pretty much why I created the show, Charm City Direct. Look, we're going to cut to a quick break right now. When we come back, we're going to get more with JOLI. When we come back, we're going to get into one of her tracks. When we come back, you're listening to the Charm City Direct radio show on the station where music must be played. I am your host, the man that you all know and love, E-Digger, and we'll be right back.